Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? What is known about Satoshi Nakamoto? Considered the father of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto is the pseudonym of the person or people who helped develop the first Bitcoin software and introduced the concept of cryptocurrency to the world in a 2008 article. Nakamoto remained active in the creation of Bitcoin and blockchain until around 2010, but has not been heard from since. Still, Nakamoto was not the first to hit on the concept of cryptocurrency, but he solved a fundamental problem that prevented its adoption. Unlike paper currency, cryptocurrency is replicable. This was known as double spending, and Nakamoto solved it by creating a blockchain verification system. Nakamoto's persona appears to have been involved in the early days of Bitcoin, working on the first version of the software in 2007. Communication to and from Nakamoto was via email. The lack of personal and background details meant that the true identity behind the name was impossible to discover. There is no exact information about Nakamoto's identity. However, Nakamoto's association with Bitcoin ended in 2010. The last correspondence anyone had with Nakamoto was in an email he sent to another cryptocurrency developer, saying we've moved on to other things. The inability to look at the name has led to considerable speculation about Nakamoto's identity, especially as cryptocurrencies have grown in number, popularity and notoriety. Notable achievements. Satoshi Nakamoto published an article in 2008 that introduced cryptocurrency to a wider audience, and made it popular. The article, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, described the use of a peer-to-peer network as a solution to the double spending problem. Cryptocurrency was not a new idea then. There have been more than a few attempts to create a digital currency. However, Bitcoin has solved a significant problem. A single digital currency or token can be replicated in multiple transactions, something not found in physical currencies, as a physical note or coin can only exist in one place at a time. Just because a digital currency does not exist in physical space, using it in a transaction does not necessarily remove it from someone's ownership. As a result, it can be spent more than once, giving rise to the so-called double spending problem. Solutions to combat the double spending problem have historically involved the use of trusted, third-party intermediaries who verify whether the digital currency has already been spent by its owner. In most cases, third parties such as banks can effectively manage transactions without adding significant risk. However, this trust-based model still results in additional costs and the risk of fraud. Trusted third parties have proven unworthy of the trust placed in them in the past. It's not the entities that provide the third-party verification services that are unreliable, it's the people involved in the transactions that can't be trusted. Nakamoto proposed a decentralized approach to transactions using ledgers, a network, Merkle roots and trees, timestamps, incentives, cryptography, and a consensus mechanism. In blockchain, transaction data is time-stamped and cryptographic methods are used to encrypt the data. Encrypted data cannot be changed, but must be verified. The network must verify the authenticity of transactions based on a majority consensus mechanism called proof of work. Because records of transactions are distributed among many nodes in the system, it is difficult, if not impossible, for a bad actor to gain enough control over the system to rewrite the ledger in his favor. Blockchain records are kept secure because the computing power required to reverse them prevents small-scale attacks. Hackers will need a network that can validate and generate blocks faster than the existing network, and then submit the new blockchain to the main network in time to overwrite it. They will have to deploy several other blockchain attacks at the same time. According to what is known, how much Bitcoin does Nakamoto have? Analysis of Bitcoin's blockchain helped determine with a relatively high degree of certainty which addresses belonged to Satoshi Nakamoto. According to the chain analysis of Sergio Demion Lerner, chief scientist of RSK Lab, Satoshi has about 1 million bitcoins. These addresses date back to the inception of Bitcoin in 2008. Although Nakamoto's identity has not been revealed, it is estimated that the value of the bitcoins under Nakamoto's control is thought to be around 1 million, quite significant. Given that the maximum possible number of bitcoins created is 21 million, Nakamoto's 5% share of the total bitcoin has significant market power. Undoubtedly, this market share can play a big role in the price. Several people have been put forward as the real Satoshi Nakamoto, but none have been conclusively proven to be Nakamoto. People thought it was Nakamoto. Dorian Nakamoto is an academic and engineer in California who was named the creator of Bitcoin by Leah McGrath-Goodman in a March 2014 Newsweek article. An American man whose name is really Satoshi Nakamoto, but further investigation ruled out this Nakamoto. Finney was active in the Bitcoin community before and after its launch and was the first person to receive Bitcoin in a single transaction. He happened to live a few blocks away from Dorian Nakamoto. The pseudonym was coined by Finney. Nick Szabo, an early cypherpunk, was friends with many people in that circle. In 2005, he wrote a blog post hypothesizing a digital currency called BitGold that would not depend on the trust of third parties. Szabo has also been ruled out as a possibility. Craig Wright is one of the more colorful characters to be nominated as the person behind Satoshi Nakamoto. Dr. Wright, an Australian academic and businessman, has claimed to be Satoshi on several occasions, even to the point of being involved in legal actions regarding ownership of the identity. In December 2021, a jury rejected a civil lawsuit against Wright brought by the estate of a former colleague, the late David Kleiman. Kleiman's estate argued that Wright and Kleiman together co-created Bitcoin and was thus owed half of Wright's alleged 1.1 million BTC stash. However, the Kleiman estate was awarded $100 million, indicating that the jury and court believed that Wright and Kleiman worked on the project together in some capacity. Also in 2021, a court in the United Kingdom ordered Bitcoin.org to take down the Bitcoin white paper because the website was violating Wright's copyright of the white paper, indicating the court's opinion that Wright had intellectual rights to the paper in some way. How much is Satoshi Nakamoto worth? Nakamoto reportedly owns 1 million bitcoins. The total value depends on market conditions and the price of Bitcoin. For example, if Bitcoin had a market cap of $20,000, the total value would be $20 billion. Is Satoshi Nakamoto a real person? No one knows if Nakamoto is an individual or a group using a pseudonym. However, it can be said that there are real people behind the design of Bitcoin. Has Satoshi Nakamoto disappeared? Since Satoshi chose to remain anonymous, it is impossible to determine whether the person or group using the name has disappeared. Bottom line. Since Satoshi Nakamoto is a crucial player in the development of cryptocurrency, it is only natural that people want to know who could be behind the pseudonym. There are many unanswered questions about this. The changes brought about by the ideas of this person or group revolutionized many aspects of modern life. Bitcoin may not exist in the future, but the blockchain technology introduced by Nakamoto and the advancements made using it will likely be around for a long time.
Please support us. Don't forget to like the videos and subscribe to the channel.